Hello again, my name is Gabe Zollner. Just read a rather interesting article. I'll attach the link. This was published on the 15th of February 2017. This was on Vox, VOX. Quote, "We should not and cannot trust this man." This man that they're referring to is the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. A CIA vet on Trump's feud with U.S. spies. Quote, "We're facing the gravest threat to our institutions and our government since 1861. Really? How many of you watched, and if you haven't, you might want to spend some time and view the last correspondence dinner that Barack Hussein Obama had? He made a number of interesting comments. He said that this might be the last correspondence dinner. He didn't say it might be his last correspondence dinner. He also said that the end of the Republic never looked any better. Now, how is it that no one questioned those two comments? I did. I made videos on it when he said it back then. You know, about 3 years ago, I had a little, what looked like a bite on the side of my leg. Went to my doctor, my general practitioner. He didn't think it was much of anything. Well, he did suggest we have it removed. When they removed it and sent it for biopsy, it turned out to be squamous cancer. Now, for those of you that are familiar with various forms of cancer, squamous is the second most dangerous. Melanoma is the first. And I went to my dermatologist, and he's trained in the MOSE, M-O-S-E system. And what they do is they localize the area, and then they start cutting. And then they take whatever they feel they need to take, and then they examine it under a microscope looking for the margins. If they don't get every cell, every single cell, well, what happens is the host, meaning me, would die. We're all going to die, but I would have died a whole lot sooner. That form of cancer goes after the organs, the kidneys, the liver, the lungs, the heart. Now, why am I talking about squamous cancer? Well, it's no different than Barack Hussein Obama. I see him as a form of cancer. And what he's done with his minions is he's infected the host. The host is our country. And if that cancer isn't all removed, the host will die. Might that explain why Obama made those two comments when he said that this might be the last correspondence dinner ever? And when he said that the end of the Republic never looked any better? I'll look for those links. I'll attach them. I'll attach them along with this article. What has happened is Obama, over the 8 years of his reign, has infected all aspects of our government. If you've watched me earlier on, I made numerous comments about how the Muslim Brotherhood has been placed into key cabinet positions throughout our government. Folks, you've heard me say this countless times. President Trump needs to unseal with an executive order, Obama's first executive order, 13489. If President Trump doesn't do that, the cancer will continue. Even if he does do that, there's a monumental task that he has, which is to remove all the cancer scattered throughout all of our government agencies. If that doesn't happen, well, you know what happens if each and every cancer cell isn't removed. The host will die. Read the article. Let me know what you think. It all starts with this, folks. President Trump can't make America great again until he first makes it sane again. I sent a hat exactly like this to the president 2.5 weeks ago. I don't know why they don't incorporate this. It makes perfect sense. To me, anyway. Let me know what you think. You know what I think, don't you?